Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on now. Set. 180. Hey, we got four. We got four down. Hey, watch number 33. Watch number 33.
The first carry for DeAndre Washington. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Set. Like 80. 8. Hey.
To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
That's it. Like 80.
On 1st down, Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
So after the run for a yard, here comes 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. He hits Gronkowski on the out route. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, Newton. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Oh, he stays up. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Mario Edwards getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. On third down, Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
On 1st and goal, Washington. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Forbath, the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistent.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Tahir Whitehead in there to get him for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside. But let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Forbath out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And they've got it here with a first down.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mario Edwards in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Completion left side to Miller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
This is Howard on 2nd down. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys at the cornerback position.
On 3rd down, this is Howard. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just started in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
So out come the Raiders. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Hey.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. 3rd and long, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. This is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They go play action here on 1st down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Hello.
The last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
18.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
18.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Parkey with the extra point. And it's now 17-14. Here's Parkey now set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Johnny Holton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now it's Trubisky eluding the pressure right. It's complete. Javon Wims the open man. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Let's go.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky, buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Throwing here, Trubisky. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
18.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there, creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This fielded at the 2. And he's got room. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added and abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to.
He's got a man, complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Running with Howard. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. On 3rd down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Newton. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Akeem Hicks in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
180.
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Able to get away. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. Fighting to stay upright. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
He'll get it up the middle. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Tyler Davison. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Forbath will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, Trubisky. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22. Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Out left to Shaheen. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Trubisky now, just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now it's Trubisky. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Trubisky will throw. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Now Newton on 1st down. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10. Newton again. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Hey.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Newton now to throw. And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Forbath out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, you know.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Wilber in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Trubisky to throw. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Need something for deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. This is intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory.
And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Forbath out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to...
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Kyle Wilber in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're right on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Able to find Shaheen here. Finding some room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Now Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better. Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Here's Trubisky. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it 4th down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this
This is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Newton's going to throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And the Raiders have got him.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, get right down. Hey.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for the Raiders, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.